15 catches. Yes, so many opportunities did the Indian team miss against Australia in the recently concluded multi-format series. Forget bowlers and batters, it's catches that they're dropping that costing them big. So until India improves their fielding, they won't win any World Cup trophies. So in today's video, we will pinpoint exactly that, India's fielding issues. Time and again it has been on display that not bowlers but rather fielders win you the games and World Cup trophies. We all remember when India came up against Australia in the T20 semi-final of the World Cup last year. India required 18 of 9 when Perry threw herself to deny a boundary India were desperately looking for. In the end, India lost the game convincingly by 5 runs, but all the talk after the game was about that Ellis Perry save. In the recently concluded ODI series where India got hammered by the Aussies, India dropped 7 catches in the second ODI, and these are so-called regulations catches at that level. In total, they dropped close to 15 catches in whole series consisting of 3 T20Is, 3 ODIs and 1 test. 15. Can you make a sense of it? 15 dropped catches. And in those, I am not even counting the missed chances of runouts and stumpings. Now, just imagine how many runs they have given it for free. India lost the second ODI by just 3 runs, but the dropped catches proved to be too costly. And that was the case in the last year's T20 World Cup as well, where India's fielding was poor. Especially in the semis against Australia, where Shefali dropped Mooney early, who later went on to score a match-winning half-century. The head coach himself has made it clear that fielding and fitness is something they need to improve. Keeping in mind that there is a World Cup in September and October, it is vital that they get this right this time. Because we have seen it with the teams that has won the World Cup earlier that they have been a really good fielding side. Whether it's men or women, Australians are generally good in the field. We have seen it with India in 2007 and 2011 World Cup, England recently, and West Indies when they were double champions in 2016. So by saying that, fielding is something that creates an edge. And it's not only about catching, it's also about denying singles and stopping the opposition from converting ones into twos. Good fielding creates also pressure that can lead to a false shot and a wicket as a result. That was evident in India's game against England in the World Cup where Virat Kohli couldn't score, hence he played a false shot, resulting in his dismissal. So my point is that good fielding has a direct impact on team success. Why? Because the team is in control and can influence the course of a game. To be honest, I really don't see this Indian team as a good fielding side. There are a few good fielders in the team, but not everyone. I can count them on one hand. It's the skipper, Shefali Verma, Jameem Rodriguez, Pooja Vaskar, and Harleen Deol, who is surprisingly not in the playing 11. And while we are talking about India's fielding, I cannot make a sense of why Radha Yadav and Harleen Deol are not in the playing 11. They're two of the best fielders India has produced in the recent times. These two make to the starting 11 solely on their fielding skills, not to mention how good a bowler Radha Yadav is and how good a batter Harleen Deol is. While India struggles with its fielding, the Australians men's team has been struggling with another issue at the top of the order. As they are gearing up to face the West Indies in a 2-match test series next week, a hot topic prior to that has been who will replace David Warner at the top. A bunch of names have been thrown into the hat, but yesterday the selectors announced the replacement of David Warner. As it turned out to be, Andrew McDonald, who pointed out earlier that there can be a reshuffle in the batting order, it is the case. The selectors have chosen Steve Smith as an opener and Cameron Green to bat at number 4. Which means that there is no place for Cameron Bancroft nor Marcus Harris, but Matt Renshaw is a backup batter in the squad. To choose Smith as an opener, It hasn't come out of the blue, but it's still shocking for me, considering that Steve Smith has owned that number 4 position. And Australia do have a lot of options in their domestic circuit to choose a specialist opener from, especially Bancroft and Harris. Harris is also a player that I was looking forward to because he and David Warner has a very similar playing style. Both are left-handers and play in an aggressive manner. So in an ideal world, my vote would have gone to Marcus Harris as Warner's replacement. And regarding Bancroft, I see him as a long-term replacement of Usman Khawaja because these two do have a very identical playing style in that they like to occupy the crease for a longer period of time and they enjoy grinding and score those big runs. To summarize, I'm not a huge fan of reshuffling the batting order in Test cricket, especially for not someone who is yet to prove its worth, and not at the expense of a player like Steve Smith. Therefore, in an ideal world, my vote would have gone to Marcus Harris. What do you think about Steve Smith as an opener and replacement of David Warner? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, I'm very sure you will like this video where I talked about why Afghanistan can be the next team banned by the ICC. See you in the next video.